Hey dolls, so I wanted to come and film a wax routine video for you dolls. So if y'all want to see my wax routine, then keep on watching. Okay. Okay dolls, so as far as the way that my wax routine goes, I do go and get my wax for the kitty, and then I will do my underarms, and then like they call it a happy trail, like on your stomach, the little hair that grows there. And I also will do my upper lip myself as well. I used to do the kitty myself, but it's a little painful, especially being pregnant. It hurts a lot more. So yeah, I do go and get my wax at European Wax Center, but the rest of the stuff I could do it myself. So you could save some coins and do it yourself, and you could do it the same way I do. If you want to wax yourself completely, then you could do so. So I'm going to show you how I wax my underarms and stuff, and then you can apply it to other areas if you want to wax your legs and arms and all of that. I don't do all of that. I still shave my legs. I go get my kitty wax at European Wax Center, and then the other areas I wax myself. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get some footage at the wax center, just probably like the building and stuff, and probably like their setup, because I can't really show you what they're doing, you know. I'll get banned and y'all ain't seeing my kitty. But anyways, yeah, I go today. So usually I like to do all of my waxing the same day or close around the same time, so it can all be on schedule. As far as down there, I used to go every 3 weeks, but lately I've been going every 4 weeks, and it works out fine for me. And then like with my underarms, I usually do my underarms like every 2 weeks, because I don't really like to have any hair. And if I go longer, it's a little bit too much for me. And like with my upper lip, I don't do it that often, probably like once a month. And as well with my stomach, I don't do it all the time either. So yeah. Also, I did want to show you my wax warmers and tell you the kind of wax that I use, just in case anyone has questions and stuff like that. So this is one of the wax warmers. I have it on now. I just turned it on high. It doesn't take that long to heat up. So by the time I come back home, because it's already starting to melt, by the time I come back home, it'll be ready and I can go ahead and do the rest of my waxing. But this one is the Pro Wax 100. I believe I got it from eBay. And I like this one for my hard wax beads. It has this little pail on the inside, and then I just put the beads in there and it fits perfect. I do have 2 different wax machines. It's not necessary. You can use whatever kind of wax you want. But I find that this hard wax works good for like my underarms, and then for my stomach and my upper lip, I like to use wax that I have to use a strip for. So the one that I just showed you is a hard wax. You don't need a strip. You just pull it off, you know, by itself. Here is an example of the wax that I use. I usually do get the ones that have the much larger beads, but I ordered it online and I ordered the wrong thing. But it's basically the same things. These are just smaller, so they melt faster. But this is just called hard wax beans. You can look on eBay, you can look on Amazon, and you can find these there. So yeah, this is that, and that's what I have in the wax machine that I just showed you. And then the other wax that I use with the strip and everything is by Gigi's, and you could get this at Sally's. So this is the machine from Gigi's. I have it on high right now because, like I said, I'm letting it melt. And then the top is still on. I like to let it melt a little bit so that the top can come off easy. I have the top off, and you can see this one is like a pink color, and this is a sensitive wax. So I use this one for my upper lip and on my stomach with the strip, because that hair is more fine than like your underarm hair or bikini line hair. So this works better for those areas. When I try to use the hard wax on those areas, it just doesn't pull anything like I need it to. The strip wax pulls more. So yeah, if you have any small stubborn hairs or fine hairs, use a wax with the strip. It will work better at removing it. And I used to use wax, that same type of wax to do my wax on my kitty myself, and I've used hard wax myself, but it does hurt more when you're doing it yourself. So you know, you may want to go to someone for a while, and then when you get used to it, you could do it yourself, or you know, just keep going to somebody for that and do the other stuff yourself. It'll save you some coins. So yeah, that is the stuff. Oh, and the wax that's in the GG one is also by GG's. It's from Sally's. It's the sensitive one. So I'll try to link all these items down below for y'all, but I just wanted you to know what I use. And then I also have the muslin strips and the popsicle sticks, of course. And then to remove any excess that's left on my skin, I don't like to use oil. If I were to use the oil, it would be like olive oil or something like that, because the baby oil breaks me out the scent. So I usually just use alcohol on a cotton pad, and that can remove it. And then whenever I take my shower, anything that's left behind will come off as well. So yeah. I also did want to mention that the sticks or applicators that I use are from GG as well. I have the large ones, and then I have the small ones. I like to use these small ones really only for my upper lip, or like if I do my eyebrows or something. But lately I haven't been waxing my eyebrows. I've just been using an eyebrow archer. But these large ones is what I use for under my arms and stuff. And also another thing that I did want to tell y'all is that I do double dip. None of you waxing people come up in here with none of your comments, because I use this solely for myself. So you know, you save sticks. Like if it's your wax, in my opinion personally, if it's your wax and you're only using it on you, you can use the same stick over and over, because I mean, it might be bacteria, but I ain't never had no problems. I use the same stick for, you know, one job or whatever. But if you're doing this on a client, each time you dip, you get a new stick, which is what they do at the wax place as well. And then these are the strips, and these are by GG's as well, I believe. And they're also from Sally's. So let's get started. First things first, I take a cotton pad with like a witch hazel and alcohol mixture, and I'm gonna clean off any deodorant and anything that could be under your arms, any sweat, any moisture, anything. You can use a powder also to help absorb moisture, like if you sweat a lot or whatever. I used to use a powder, but I haven't lately. So just clean it off, and then you can throw that away. And then I'm gonna take this hard wax, and as you can see, it is melted. I don't want to spill it out, but yeah, it is melted. So for my underarms, this might be kind of hard to see because I don't have a mirror in front of me, but you want to make sure that the solution that you put to clean underneath is dry. And then pick some up on the stick, and then you're going to go downwards. Well, I kind of go at an angle. Now I got my mirror in front of me, I could see better. So yeah, while you have applied this piece, you can go on and start doing the next pieces, which is what I usually do to save time. Like I will work on both arms kind of at the same time, but just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you. You want to let it dry, and you can kind of touch it and see if it's still sticky or if it's dry. And you'll know when it's ready. Your finger won't really stick to it. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but you'll know that it's dry. I'm just going to pull it upwards. Grab some so that you have something to hold on to, and rip it upwards. So I don't know, y'all probably can't see, but it did get some of the hairs out. And don't worry if some of the wax is still on. That was a little thin layer, so I just pulled that off. I'm gonna go down again in that middle section. Go ahead and do this little patch as well. So just go downwards. Still a little bit of hair there. I have a little bit that broke off underneath. I need to get my tweezers and try to get that out, or really exfoliate it good. But this you want to let dry, because now we just put it, if you could see, it's sticky still. So let that dry. After you feel like it's dry, you are going to start pulling up on the bottom. And rip it off. And that's how it should look. I don't know. Let's see if I can show y'all the hairs. So I don't know if you can see the hairs on there, but they are definitely pulled out and it looks a lot cleaner already. So I like to do both ways. I go down and then I go up to make sure that I get all of the hairs, because some hairs grow in different directions. So to me, this just works the best to make sure that I get all of them. So you can pull up so your skin is taut, however the hell you say it. And then I'm gonna go up where it's this time. So instead of going down, I'm bringing the wax up. Okay, I'm just gonna let that dry. Once it's dry, you want to remember to pull it from this way. So whichever way you apply it, you pull the opposite way. So we applied it going up, so we're gonna pull it from the top going down, and vice versa like the first time. So you do it the opposite way, and then we're gonna grab this and pull it. And we have some more hairs that didn't come out the first time because these hairs probably grow in a different direction. So as you can see, it's nice and clean. It is a little red, which is to be expected. The same thing for this section. I usually do like 3 sections or 2. It just depends on how I feel. If you are newer to this, you may want to do smaller sections. Definitely don't try to do like one big section, because you're not going to get all of the hair. But yeah, if you are newer to it, you can do smaller sections and everything, so you could get used to it. So I'm just going to hold my arm up so that the wax doesn't crease, and then you can kind of fan it and let it dry. So I got a few more. Okay, so as you can see, I am just cleaning it off using my witch hazel and alcohol solution. And then this is the other arm after I have completed it. So now I have both underarms done. And now I'm going to move on to doing my upper lip. So first off, since I have on makeup, I am going to go in and clean the area with my alcohol and witch hazel solution. And then I'm going to start applying the sensitive wax. I did try to get really close so y'all can see everything, but I'm kind of out of the frame. But basically, I am just applying the wax in a downward motion. And sometimes if I feel like I have some stubborn hairs that don't come out, then I will go back in and do it a second time in an upward motion instead of down, just like how I did under my arms. But for this particular day, it wasn't a lot and all of them pretty much came out, so I only did it once going downwards. So after you apply the wax, you just put the strip on and you rub it until it is on there really good. And then I'm going to take the same strip and clean up any extra wax that didn't come off, and you can see it's coming off really easy. So whenever I go back in to clean it off, it's not really much to remove except for a little bit of sticky residue. So I'm going to kind of zoom in so y'all can see the hairs that were pulled, and then I did the same thing on the other side. And you can see I kind of do it in 2 parts, and then like I said, if I need to do it in an upward motion, I will go back in and do that the second time. It does hurt, but it's worth it. I don't tweeze or anything. This is the best, easiest way for me to do this. So after I'm done, I just go back in and clean it off with my witch hazel and alcohol solution once again. So yeah, that is that. And then now I'm going to have some footage at the wax center, which is not much because like I said, I couldn't show y'all, you know, the whole thing. So yeah.
It's going to be 88 today.
dolls, so that pretty much sums up the video. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye dolls.